The topics we discuss are many.
No story too bold to talk about.
Strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the NAKE'd podcast.
Hey guys, I got this for my birthday, so I can beat this now. Your DM Tech guy, Alan.
Hey everybody, Peach doesn't know yet, but we're taking over the show. Woo! It's your boy Ethan.
Wait, what? How?
Tonight, instead of talk, we'll be talking about the secret life of the American teenager. Welcome to the Secret Life blog.
Woo!
Hey guys, it's Keelan.
Wait, is this not the Secret Life blog?
So we were going to review an episode of Secret Life of the American Teenager tonight instead of our regularly scheduled programming.
I didn't prepare for this.
So I made a joke earlier, right? And I told Puzzle that we should mess with you a little. And then I was
Okay.
it's gonna go one of two ways. Either Peach is gonna have no idea what's going on, or he's gonna be totally into the Secret Life of American Teenager.
I never watched The Secret Life of the American Teenager. I was too busy with I don't even know.
being a father.
Wait, what? No, wait, when was the show? When did the show come out?
2008, 2009 show.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. 2009, I was watching Gossip Girl with my sister.
And not Secret Life of the American Teenager.
And not Secret Life of the American... Well, because she never watched that. My sister's like 11 years older than me, so we're watching Gen X shows.
So my sisters watched it, friends watched it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody ever let me watch it with them because I always get too mean. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Whoa. Whoa.
These people are so dumb. And whatever. Not to go on a rant. But these people are dumb, right? And you're like, how did you even have a child? How did you even understand how to make a child?
Damn.
She didn't know what was happening. That was the thing. But
So,
we can totally switch over to talking about Gossip Girl. I'm down for that.
I only ever saw the first season.
Yeah. But no, the main chick of the show is just really mean to her boyfriend, who's just always nice and has always been there, even though she got pregnant by some other dude.
What the fuck? Really? Garbage.
I made the decision that I'm going to watch your child tonight.
Well, technically, he made a bad, he was dumb about the way he did it. So he went and talked to the father and got the dad's permission to go over to the mom and say, hey, I'm going to watch the kid tonight. You need to leave.
He did this in exchange for the father to teach him about because he wants to the main chick.
Oh, okay. Okay. He wants to go to the Ligma town. I gotcha.
Yeah. The main chick was totally ready to marry this guy when she was pregnant with some other dude's baby.
Damn.
But now she's like, I don't even like the sight of you.
That's a dramatic fucking change.
Well, yeah, that's the show, right? It's like,
okay.
Yeah, it's drama. It's all about the most dramatic possibility being what happens.
Okay. Yeah, see,
the one Christian girl, her dad, the day she has sex, her dad dies, right? So now she's like, I killed him. It's like, bitch, shut up. Stop being so self-centered. Your dad died. It's not about you right now.
God didn't kill your father because you had sex. He had a health condition.
No, he
He
died
killed
in a
your-
plane crash.
Oh damn.
Yeah. You died in a plane crash because God knew he was a serial killer, okay? He was going to a
No.
country to kill people. Total Dexter situation.
He's a doctor.
I
Best
was,
way to cover it up.
I was
Oh my
gonna
God.
say, what the fuck? The
Oh,
show
no.
It's on
I
aired.
Hulu. It's on Hulu. It was a show I watched. Because the main chick is Shailene Woodley.
Hmm.
So Divergent, Fault in Our Stars girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the girl who ruined the Divergent series.
She did not.
I liked her in the Divergent series. I
She did not
I
ruin it.
I enjoyed the books. I also really enjoyed the movies.
Fun fact: those books are the only books that I have actually cried while reading.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
The
and of
last one just
course,
got to me.
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I
It gets her every time.
mean, Clifford makes everyone cry, dude. That's a given.
No.
No,
Oh, hold on.
Mhm.
Peach, have you
Mhm.
watched The Goonies yet? All right. So NJ
We're
was
gonna
asking
have a
about.
watch party.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
NJ
mic
was
worked
asking
there?
about the next community event.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And, and
Mhm.
live here on stream, we'll make a decision. All right, let's take a vote. Who wants to watch The Goonies? Everybody- Let's vote in chat if you want to.
Make sure to jump into our Discord so you can catch this. We'll have announcements there. I'll plan the whole fucking thing because I already have the movie. My bad, guys. My B. That's a my B for me.
You've had 2 years now, if not 3.
You know what? I have the rest of the week off. I will watch it. It's not like back when I started college and I started watching we talked about we like briefly covered this. Like I didn't watch American Girl. I was watching Gossip Girl like 2009. I started it in the summer and then college band got really really intense and I mean, I had band from like 5:45 to 8. I wouldn't leave campus till like 9. I couldn't watch shit.
The Goonies
Man.
again?
Yeah, we're watching the Goonies. Yeah, we're watching. I'm watching the Goonies this week, and then we will do a community watch of the Goonies. What?
Speaking of movies, Um, it's the best segue I can think of. Alec Baldwin has actually been on the set of his latest movie, Rust.
Mhm.
And while on set getting ready to film, one of the assistants handed Baldwin he told him it was a cold gun, meaning that it either didn't have live rounds or it has blankets in it. He sent it to him, says cold gun. And this is the part where I'm really confused. Alec ended up shooting the gun and he unfortunately killed the cinematographer and wounded the director.
Mhm.
So the director has been released from the hospital. He's doing okay. And Baldwin is doing everything he can to support the family. There have been some pictures floating around of him just being very distraught on set. Because I mean that's got to be a real mind fuck, you know. But
Right?
my biggest question when this is, why was he pointing in their direction?
Like, was he just untrained? Like, Keanu Reeves and a handful of other actors that I can't think of go through handgun training before they're even handed a prop gun, or even like a real cold gun. You
So,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. So I think that's the major issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
For one, this was a real gun on set,
Mm-hmm.
and two, it was when the gun was handed to him, it was a fully loaded firearm, right? It was a deadly weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other question: how did live ammunition get on set in the first place? Because that is outlawed by the Actors Guild.
Yeah.
Well, and the only times because I was reading a little bit about it. There are very few exceptions where they'll put live ammunition on set. But even then, it's supposed to be like heavily monitored. And there was an armorer who handles all the guns on set, but I think at this time we still haven't had any comment from her about it.
Wait, I thought it was quartermaster. No.
Arms master,
Okay.
Yeah.
armor. It's all the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, actually. Thank you, guys. I thought the actual
Yeah.
title was quartermaster for people handling props and guns.
No, that's the props master would be.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. My knowledge of the film industry has been 50-50 so far.
Yeah, so
That's
I mean, I guess
terrible, though.
the big question that I've seen a lot of people raise and that's surrounding this is how do we assess fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you blame the armorist? Do you blame the actor? Do you blame the producers? You know what I mean? Like how many or do we blame the gun? Do we ban guns from all movie sets and off? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's the argument people are making, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where do y'all think we should go forward with it?
I have some opinions, but I'll wait till ladies first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Personally, for me, and this is just kind of logical way of thinking, you know, if the executive producer or the producers approved of a live ammunition gun on the set, then technically they're at fault. But if they did specify, you know, don't load it, or you know, they set up procedures in mind, like, okay, you know, we're gonna have a live gun but no live ammo, and the live rounds still got on set, then at that point it's down to the armorist or whoever was supposed to be taking care of that gun. Because I mean, you can't charge Alec Baldwin for just
So
one, not practicing proper safety
not to interrupt
trigger.
you,
Yeah.
but I posed the question in a very specific way just to bring that right.
Mm-hmm.
So in this movie alone, Alec Baldwin is the executive producer. He is the star, and he was in charge of hiring the person who's in charge of the weaponry.
Oh, okay. So
he hired the
Alright.
weapons master.
technically, the executive producer who hired the weapons master and the weapons master themselves should be in trouble. And
Right?
I mean,
I think that would be fair to put it on in equal parties.
yeah. I mean, for one, Alec
Say-
Baldwin should have had proper training. You know, safety trigger.
He's been around movies long enough. I mean,
Yeah. Come on.
And also too, what's a little unsettling is the armorist. She actually went on a podcast like a month or two ago talking about how she's still new, she's still learning. So why wasn't there somebody there to be like a safety, not like a safety net for her, somebody who kind of double checks everything, make sure she's doing the right steps?
Or
Um,
a person who trains people to use guns and writes licenses for them, like the concealed carry trainers here in Texas.
I could see that, but again, it was a low budget film,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the star of the film is producing it, kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they hired the person for the cheapest, the most qualifications for the cheapest amount.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get somebody new, you're gonna get somebody inexperienced. So that's you know, when it comes back to it, you know, where does the fault lie? The person that hired an inexperienced armorist or the inexperienced armorist themselves?
All three.
But then again, right? Ask the question. You know, if I hand you the keys to a car and you get in it and you drive into somebody, you know, is it your fault for driving into somebody, or is it my fault for giving you the keys?
Okay.
So they might have handed him a loaded gun, but if he never even looked or gave a visual inspection of the gun or asked hey, if he asked, hey, these are dead rounds, right? Or, no, they're dummies. All right, cool. You pointing somewhere, click, 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 click. Oh, yeah, okay, we're good. There's a lot that goes behind it, too.
Yeah.
And apparently earlier that week or this week, last week, crew members had walked off the set of Rust just because they felt unsafe that everything wasn't going the way it should. So, I mean, the gun should be checked 3 to 4 times before being used or the camera goes roll, the person who checked by the person who puts it on the prop table, the person who puts the blanks in, and then the assistant or whoever that's running the gun to the actor, actress, and then that person should be checking it as well. Like each of these people should at least have enough or gone through some sort of training to have the knowledge to double check everything and be sure, because unfortunately, otherwise, this is what happens. We lose somebody who was up and coming in their field, a mother, a wife, and it's just a tragedy.
It's The Crow all over again, really. I mean, Brandon
I was
Lee.
just about to say that.
Yeah, Brandon Lee dying on set while filming, like this shit shouldn't have to happen. And that's a movie that came out 90, 91?
So, and that was, going back to what happened with Brandon Lee, right? Like when they use revolvers on set, they'll use dummy full rounds, right? So they'll actually pack. So not a lot of people know this, but
yeah,
bullets have almost 4 main components, right? You have a casing, a primer, powder, and a round, right? So for revolvers, they'll make the round they'll pack it without powder, right? No powder. Well, just so happened with like Brandon Lee, it was a dummy just like that, but they didn't empty out all the powder. A small amount that got left in there. So when it fired the first one, the round got stuck in the barrel. And then when they fired the blank for the big flash and the noise behind it, that's when the bullet in the barrel came out and struck Brandon Lee. Sorry,
go ahead.
That was the story that I watched in the little documentary. So out of that, they then made a lot of regulations of ammunition on the site, and they're not supposed to have live rounds at all. And if you're going to use a dummy round, it's supposed to be a packed, like a round made just for that was never used before.
Looks like this, right?
Yeah.
You got your casing, your primer, powder goes in there, and that's your round.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. I didn't watch the documentary on what happened on The Crow, but from what I understood, but I mean, this is like old. I bet you anything what you said about the documentary is 100% true. From what I understood is that the primer actually pushed the bullet into the chamber, and it stayed there, and the dude didn't inspect it, so when they went to use blanks, it pushed the bullet out.
Yeah.
Could be. It just sucks. Those types of mistakes shouldn't be happening, especially after all of the mistakes that has happened before this, especially in the early 2000s, the 90s, and 85. Like, there have been enough circumstances that we shouldn't be having this now. There's a reason we have those regulations in place, and we make sure that actors or actresses have that safety before shooting, or they should have some sort of training before working in a movie with guns.
At least 6 months to a year. Like, every superhero actor I can think of undergoes intense physical training to get the body that they need for the role. And gun training isn't that big of a priority unless if the actor makes it themselves.
But then again, the irony of this whole situation, right, is Alec Baldwin himself and his political beliefs that he's expressed openly is, like, he'd always blame the gun, not the shooter, right? That's kind of the aspect he's come from.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess it's bad to see, but how do you move forward in these situations, right? Because now we have people with unknowledge. All right, let me rephrase it. So, this is one of the examples why gun safety and training is so important, right? Because there's a lot of people who automatically go to gun control and other items. Well, if Alec Baldwin, instead of getting rid of all the guns, he had a better understanding of guns, then an incident like this would be more likely to not happen.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I mean, gun control solves nothing. You're just trying to solve the issue, but or the result of the problem, but you need to treat the problem itself. I get you. Yeah. I mean, everyone could use a little gun training. Like even with our kiddo, like he even handles. I've taught him, handle Nerf guns like you would handle a real gun. Don't point it at anyone. But Nerf guns are obviously the exception. You don't put your finger in the trigger. You leave it next to it. Trigger safety, proper handling, all that other shit. Even though it's not a real gun, at least he has some experience.
Yeah.
Crazy. When we have kids, I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. He's going to make sure that they know how to handle firearms properly. Because I grew up in a house with guns, but I was never taught it. So now my version of gun safety is we don't touch it. And it shouldn't be that way. Guns are something to be scared of, but you shouldn't be that terrified to hold them.
Yeah.
My dad tried to make me hold one I cried. Like, that's not good.
So, all right, let's go off on the crazy tangent conspiracy real quick.
Here.
Right? Like, okay. So let's just say.
Okay. Oh.
We gotta follow the sine wave.
I'm ready.
All right. So,
like,
the film ordered prop ammunition from a prop ammunition company, right? But the FBI knew what was coming down the pipe from the NIH, or whatever that we call them here. NIH. All right. So coming down the pipe from them. Oh, I froze. Everybody froze. I hope y'all can still hear me.
Oh, we can still hear you. Keep going. I don't think he can hear us, can he?
I don't know. Can you hear us?
I don't know anything.
Oh, there we go.
He's back.
We got him back. I don't know. He froze again.
Oh.
Am I going to have to go to the technical difficulty screen? I think I am.
Dude, our power, nothing was even happening today, and then all of a sudden, everything just goes dark.
That's right.
Like, what the hell? And then within, I guess, 5 minutes, it came right back up. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Like, what was even the point?
That's really fucking weird. Like, a random power outage in the middle of October. It's not even summer. It's not even full winter yet.
It's not even... Oh.
Right? Like, what was the high today? 91?
Yeah. Dude, I was so mad. What was it? A week or two ago, I woke up and my phone told me it's 47 degrees outside. I'm like, cool, layers. So I got my layers on. I'm all nice and toasty. And I get to school, and by midday, I'm like trying to throw all these layers off because it was already 90 degrees.
Fuck this. Damn, dude. Seriously. Last week, or the week before last week, was fucking awesome because I could open up all the windows, leave them open till like 12 or 1, close them because the warm air is already coming in. Nope, not this week. It's all gone to shit.
All right, they tried to shut me down, but I'm back.
Hey, it's back!
Guess who's back again?
All right, where did I leave off at?
NIHS?
NIH.
So they knew what was coming down the pipe with the NIH, right? So they sent somebody over there, snuck in this one bullet to make everybody else forget about the story as it came out.
No, I don't believe that.
As soon as they just shut me down.
But honestly, that's probably the best transition you can get for your topic.
So, yeah, where do we start with this one? So, the NIH finally put out a report, and to paraphrase for it, the NIH did give funds to EcoHealth,
mm-hmm.
and
EcoHealth Alliance. Got you.
EcoHealth Alliance gave those funds to the Wuhan lab, but NIH did not know what the funds that were being used for because they were reported back to them falsely or wrongly.
Yeah.
So, in essence, yeah, we gave them the money. We just didn't know why we gave them the money. So, yes, the NIH did inadvertently fund the Wuhan lab, where some people believe the COVID-19 virus originated from.
Yeah, and I've said it too. It early on in the pandemic, I toted, it had to be made in a lab. How does it go from nothing to something? But after I read the New York Times article, and I'll share it in chat, it's just a stupid long link, guys. It's not great. Basically, the NIH knew that it was going to study a different bat virus called W1V1, and there are some other arguments that we had pre-show that Ethan was talking about, and I'll let him get to those. But basically, the main argument is, should we have been fucking around with a bat virus?
So I guess the biggest telltale sign. So like we talked about it earlier, and it's been going around. Like Fauci lied. Fauci needs to be arrested. All this. A lot of public sentiment is starting to change on Fauci a little. And to me, myself, I don't know how you could trust the guy after this, because he did sit in front of Congress, and his sworn testimony is that him and staff members up and down the line have studied the papers that came out and studied the grant, studied all the information, and EcoHealth did not fund the COVID-19. That's all they say, right? But they funded the laboratory, and the laboratory might have produced COVID-19, is where the semantic argument breaks apart, right?
Yeah.
So that people like Fauci has said on record multiple times, where he always takes it to, we did not fund the COVID-19. But the research paper that the money went to the laboratory, and the research paper that was received from the laboratory for that money, does talk about them finding various amounts of corona bat viruses. So when you just do context clues right, the short answer, the short explanation, hey, you gave them money, they were studying this other one, in turn they found these ones, and then they manipulated these viruses, right? So it's just like, when's he going to start being straight with us? Do you think people would have more trust in him if he would have said, we came back, we searched the papers, we researched, we found out that they lied to us and they did use the money for this when we thought it was for this other virus?
Well,
which in turn, all we've gotten is, no, we didn't do it. So it's like,
well, he's not wrong. They funded EcoHealth Alliance, but EcoHealth Alliance can use those funds on whatever research that they can. It's not like the NIH or the CDC, which Fauci is in charge of. Or sorry, at charge of, I think he was the director. I may be wrong. I know that Dr. Francis Collins is director for the NIH, but they may not have known where those funds had gone to. I mean, we didn't know about the report until
But that
2018
also,
when it was released, and then we
yeah.
find out more information from Wuhan directly from EcoHealth. I mean, these past 2 weeks.
So that raises the big question:
Mhm.
should they be giving taxpayer money if they don't know what the research is?
I think that, and this is my personal opinion, especially because I'm a tinkerer, and technology technically falls into the science category. If you're running a science experiment and you're asking for funding, you should absolutely disclose what that funding is for and where it's going to. Because other than
So
that, how the fuck
that's
are we know that your research is correct or not?
yeah. So that's right there. That point is where I'm at. Right. Like
Mhm.
I can understand the nuances of everything else. Right.
Yeah.
You know, as my line of work, I could tell you what I think and what I expect, but it could be a little different, right? It could cost a little more, or it could be cost a little less, right? Sometimes you got to get into it and find out. But that's the real problem I have is that if they don't know why they're giving out money, why are they giving out taxpayer money?
Yeah,
And
no,
especially when you tell me that we're in a budget crisis, then you're just throwing out money, and you're not going to have an answer for it. That's where my issue comes in.
yeah.
And if you're going to lie to me about that stuff, what else are you massaging the truth about?
Mhm. No,
Mhm.
I get your frustrations. I totally understand them, and I would like to know more about that too. But from what I know about the research, the money was handed over in 2014, leading up to 2018. 2018, they stopped receiving funds, and they also produced their paper.
So my question is, does anyone know who the NIH director was in 2014? Was it
I
the same current as now, or was it what is it somebody else who we should be putting the blame on? That's my.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me find that out. I know that the current director is Dr. Francis Collins. Let's see, NIH Clinical Center Director. Annual report? Nope, that gives me nothing. I have no clue who the director was at the time.
And then again, it's like we have things like this that are giving out taxpayers money, and we don't even know what they are, right? Have you honestly ever heard of the NIH before 2018?
I've heard of them before. Um, Before that, when I heard of them before, I can't tell you. Damn it! I switched.
But at the end of the yeah,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I think with this situation and the questions that are being arose, especially with the story that came out today about the way they were testing on beagles,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
they were pretty much torturing these animals to death, and it's just like people are only gonna dive deeper into what was being funded and the type of research and bringing light onto things.
Mhm.
So, uh, if they really want to make the situation better, I think they would have Fauci step aside in a respectful manner.
Mhm. But
And
mhm.
but if he keeps going, and the way he is, I don't see a path where he doesn't go to jail.
But what if he just wasn't informed on it? What if nobody told him? And I did find out who the director 2014 was. So the NIH was established by Obama in 2014, and uh it is Francis Collins has been in charge since then.
Okay.
Yeah, and in 2017, 2018, or one of those 2017. I remember seeing on the website 2017. He was also sworn in by Trump. So he's sworn in by both Obama and Trump, both sides of the aisle. And maybe it should be this guy who's being held accountable. I mean, we don't know what's going on within our own government as to whether or not the scientists who are working for our government are communicating. And if they're not, that's a problem.
And that's the biggest thing, right? Because the chief medical officer of the United States, right? Just to put it in terms, right?
Yeah.
Is Anthony Fauci.
Mm-hmm.
So if all of this was happening under his watch per se,
Mm-hmm.
then how can we trust him moving forward? And that silence right there is why I think if it was the smart move would be to him to step aside so that the drama and the problem are separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because no one's gonna listen to anything he says about, any recommendations he gives, I wouldn't listen to, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the double mask, the triple mask, the masks do nothing, the masks are everything. There was already a lot of back and forth that questioned his we've been watching How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yeah.
So that put a lot of questions on the Dr. Fauci stamp, and I think his stamp of approval is just really bad. And if he steps aside and lets somebody else be the face of COVID-19, the situation would be better, I think.
Well, I mean, he's faced a lot of struggles because the previous administration and would constantly the back and forth was between President Trump and what President Trump was saying and what Fauci was saying.
You can't. I mean, to that, yeah. Again, drama sells, right? So they did. I think they played up a lot of the drama, but at the end, it was Pence in charge of everything COVID, right? Like, eventually Pence took over the daily pressers. Eventually, Fauci took over the daily pressers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then again, we're 9 months in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I haven't seen him change anything for the better within the last 9 months.
You know what? And I'm gonna quote Dune only because the quote really stuck out to me. And if you haven't seen the new movie Dune on HBO Max, this is not a paid advertisement, but I know I definitely enjoyed it. I would recommend watching it, and I'm gonna try to read the books too if I ever get to it. But for us to ask him to step down would not be the proper thing to do. I think the proper thing to do is for him to do his fucking job. I mean, if we don't trust him anymore, that's fine, but he's our scientific officer. We can't just let him get away. If he was responsible, we should make him do his job. Tell him to do his fucking job and be honest with the American people. If he really was involved, come forward and say so. I would respect him way more if he came forward and said, you know what? I was involved. I was unaware. These are my facts. From what I know, from what I've been told. I think that's all we can ask him. And that's all we can really do. Because we can't send him to jail for signing off. If he did sign off on the on the loan.
Any criminal charges would be is lying to Congress or giving or false information to Congress. That would be, because that is a federal offense, right? Yeah. So that would be what he would go under. And I guess you could always put that off on somebody else, but at the end of the day, if he's the one coming in front of Congress and sitting down in front of all those senators to give the information, we should be able to trust that he has the most up-to-date and accurate information, not the information that makes him look good.
Yeah. Yoshi agrees. Well, this is y'all's Yoshi.
She's distracted with Kitty.
That's fine.
He's got an eye booger.
I hate those. I have to use my nails to get them out of Artemis's little corner. Just like a gentle pull art. Yeah. I don't actually scratch at her, I promise. No, yeah, they need to do their job. be honest with us. We're tired of lies. We're tired of secrecy. We're tired of just beating around the fucking bush. Just fucking get to it, you know? That's my personal opinion. And you know, I have some opinions about Nintendo too. If you guys are ready to talk about Nintendo.
And are you ready, Puzzled?
Do it.
So, past 2 weeks, everyone's been super hype about the Nintendo Online expansion system, which is going to include the Nintendo 64 emulation games as well as the Sega Genesis games. We found out last week what the price point was, and it's not pretty. So,
Joke.
it's a fucking joke, honestly, and I found out the reason why it's a fucking joke. So, as we all know, the Nintendo Online Entertainment System, you can play with friends online. That's the wrong window to have open. I actually have some of the games that are going to be released for the new N64 systems and the Sega Genesis system. Nintendo Online, you get to play with your friends. You get to play on the NES and SNES Online systems, which have a massive library of games now. They've been releasing 2 or 3 games every month with those systems. It's been awesome. Have you played any of them?
Yeah, we were playing Mario Brothers the other day.
Mm-hmm. The Mario
But
Brothers.
it's always funner when you get to play with a friend.
Yeah, no, I've played the fuck out of the OG Mario, Mario 2, Mario Lost Worlds, Mario World. Norma and I played through Mario World, and then we also played on the SNES Classic. The little SNES thing. I figured I had to load more games onto it. Yeah. But it pretty much already has all the other games that I wanted, so I haven't added anything to them. Well,
are you just waiting for a GameCube Classic?
I would like a GameCube Classic. If they're not going to release one, I'll keep working on the GameCube I have over here.
Make your own.
Yeah. I just need
I'll build it.
controllers.
Well, they have the little adapters you can order, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 8-Bit Dough has made some really badass controllers and adapters. I have one of them for playing PC and Xbox games. Well, anyway, the Nintendo Online system for single use and family use before the expansion pack. Single is $19.99 for a whole year. You can also go with the 3-month plan at $7.99 or a month-by-month plan at $3.99. They do have a family plan, which I've been paying for the past 2 years. It's worth it. It's $35 a year, and you get to add as many as 8 people. If you guys, if you guys want to be added to it, I'll add y'all to it. Fucking make it worth it.
Need to switch first.
The new Switch OLED came out. The $349. Crisp.
I know they're sold out everywhere.
Even the regular Switch is still sold out. Like you can get the lights. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how the hell I got lucky with Norma's Switch last year in March. I bought it like 2 days before.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the expansion pack for the single player, it is $34.99 a year for a single player. You can only pay yearly. Completely removes everything. You get all of the original content, playing online, NES and SNES Online, as well as N64 and Sega Online. With the family plan, it's $79.99 a year. It's $80. Do you guys want to? Do you guys want to hear the extra games you would get for $80?
Yeah.
The Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online system will have Mario Kart 64, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Star Fox 64, Mario Tennis, Super Mario 64, Dr. Mario 64. I never played it. Yoshi's Story, which I enjoyed. It's awesome. Win Back, Covert Operations, and Sin and Punishment. There are some other games that'll be released later down the line, but
So
We
what
don't-
if you already
don't
own
know.
those cartridges?
you don't fucking need it, really.
Yeah, then they go fuck themselves. I'll save my money.
I mean, I'll be honest, you won't need it. Like, at that price point, I don't agree. Now, for the Sega Genesis Nintendo Switch Online system, you will get Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, Echo the Dolphin, Castlevania Bloodlines, Golden Axe, Strider, Contra, Hardcore, Corpse, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and Gunstar Heroes. You'll also get... Did I already mention Castlevania Bloodlines? Oh, yeah, I did. You'll also get Gunstar Heroes, Musha, Phantasy Star 4, Rise Star, Shining Force, Shinobi 3. Just a
Still
whole
waiting
bunch
for
of other
Sony to go out of business and Nintendo to buy them.
Right. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But you want to know why the Nintendo Online expansion pack costs so much?
Why?
It's because Sega wanted more money. That's the
Well,
only
yeah,
reason.
Sega's greedy.
Yeah, that's the only reason why. I still don't understand why they didn't replace the Sega Genesis system with the GameCube system. But it is nice that they're finally emulating N64 games.
I would think the GameCube's still too new, and they probably still have. They still have some market share of that. You know what I mean? Like I could say, like N64 games, Nintendo's probably totally out of the market now. People only buy aftermarket controllers. They only buy aftermarket parts. They only buy used fucking cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
As with GameCube, they might still sell parts or so. You know,
Or still
They
be
might
servicing
still-
some of them, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I saw like a couple months ago that Nintendo released an original GameCube for a super fan who lost theirs.
Wow.
So, like, they're still capable of building these systems. They still have the technology to work on them. It just it leaves me to wonder what would happen if Nintendo just kept selling their old consoles or started selling them again.
Like
right?
if they literally just started rolling GameCubes back off the line.
Yeah, if they just said, you know what, fuck it, let's just start selling GameCubes again. Hey, guess what? You can buy GameCubes through the Nintendo Switch Online system. I'd buy a couple, or I'd buy a new one. Not even a couple, a new one.
And say like $50.
Controller is $50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The controllers
That's
are $50.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So what are they going to price the consoles as? Something that's way more than what they used to be.
Hopefully it's the same thing that they used to be, but
Okay. So look, what if they put out like a GameCube but updated? GameCube digital, it still takes the discs, but it has a digital store in it where you can digitally download the games just like Xbox works right now, right?
mhm.
With wireless controllers. How many would people buy?
I'd buy one. I just need one. I don't even. That's the problem with our current market, is that people are buying to sell to others, but just buy for yourself, dude. Like, stop being a
You gotta
fucking
make that
asshole.
Skrilla, dog. You gotta make that Skrilla.
Go get a job or fucking buy a 3D
That is-
printer and sell shit on Etsy.
AKA, you can visit Peach's Etsy store.
Yeah.
Peach's Trinkets.
Yeah, it's onlyfans.com/peachsy. Please don't go to that website. I do not own it. I am not affiliated with it.
You better just go lock that up right now. Just like, not you don't even have to post or make anything. Just lock that username down.
Oh, hold on.
Do you really want to be? Oh, you share that name with that OnlyFans girl.
Okay, now I have. God damn it.
Don't worry, we have video evidence of why you went there. NJ can't get mad at you.
Okay. I mean, the good thing is that I'm not even talk about it. The username's already taken. Don't do it. Anyway, point being, going back to the topic, I will not be subscribing. Although it is nice that Nintendo does offer a prorated discount if you've already paid for your monthly service. So you have that going for you, which is great. But I'm not gonna buy into it. I'll wait till Nintendo realizes the blood on the wall, the writings on the wall saying get rid of Sega Genesis Online, and we'll see what happens. But
Right? Can you just offer one without Sega involved in it?
right, like I personally I never played on the Sega Genesis. Like my first handheld was a Game Boy. My first console was a NES. I didn't play
Next
on
time you
anything
come over,
else.
we'll fire up the Genesis.
See, here's
I'm
the
done.
thing. If they put the 64 games, the advanced games, the color boy games, then okay, I can see paying $50 a month or $50 a year for that, or $80 for the family plan.
Yeah,
I can see
would.
that because we're getting so many games. But for 9 additional games, no thanks, bro.
I mean, the understanding is that Nintendo is going to add more, right? Like they show.
And then how much are they going to raise that price?
Mm-hmm. I don't think they will. Personally, I don't think they will because the Nintendo Online system has not gone up in price, and we have like 40 or 50 games for both the NES and the SNES. But I mean, they own these games. The Nintendo is primarily a game company. That's what sets them different from Microsoft and Sony. Microsoft and Sony, their main bread and butter isn't just video games. It's a side project for them. So Nintendo has the money to throw it away.
But even in like the original SNES games, we're talking bits and kilobits, not gigabit bytes, right? So it's like it's nothing to stream those or store them anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, just like the Kingdom Hearts trilogy, like those are coming to the Nintendo Switch, but they're gonna be cloud-based because the game files are just too fucking large.
Yeah.
Especially for Kingdom Hearts 3.
But even if they did like the 3-disc setup, but you just get the digital download versions, right? Like that works too.
Yeah. I'm not happy with Nintendo's decision to do this. And I know they're not going to change their mind. They're not going to change their decision. Nintendo's not one to backpedal. Because they genuinely want to see if this works in the market or not. And the industry's going to follow them. Like PlayStation and Xbox have their own console exclusives because Nintendo has been developing exclusives its entire life. The entire lifetime of the NES and the Game Boy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I never thought about it, right? Like Nintendo is a video game company that built a console, not a console game company building video games.
Exactly. Nintendo may be, 50, 70 years older than their competition, but they're the ones that are making changes in the market.
Yeah.
I
just don't see PlayStation lasting much longer. Like, I think the PlayStation 5 might be the last PlayStation, honestly.
Yeah. I think the next probable step is like PC gaming. Interchangeable components. I think that's where console gaming should go.
And I've been saying that, right? Why doesn't like GameStop get into PC parts? Because eventually gaming consoles are going to get buildable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just the way things go. So why not tool now and be prepared? I mean, y'all got enough money now.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know why GameStop hasn't gotten into the gaming industry, into the PC gaming industry yet. Like we have to go to specialty stores here to even get parts or order them online or go to Micro Center.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a deal with Micro Center that Micro Center won't encroach in console games if GameStop doesn't encroach in PC building.
So what if the local Altex opened up a GameStop booth inside?
Honestly, I'd visit it more if only it didn't close at 5.
Right. So what do you got going on this week, Puzzled?
Yeah.
I don't think they have anything going on this week. Originally, we were supposed to have our D&D session on Saturday, but because of the Halloween holiday, I decided to go ahead and go ahead and cancel it. Let people enjoy the time with their families. I know a lot of people are really excited to get out and do Halloween stuff since last year we didn't have as much of a chance. So I will be back online Sunday morning, Halloween day.
Well, that wraps up another great episode. And don't forget to join our amazing and supportive community on Discord.
In our Discord, you can find game nights, watch parties, food pics, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. What's not to love about that? We have a little something for everyone. Head over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find more info, especially our featured gamer of the week.
Speaking of something for everyone, we have a book club. We read a book almost every month and talk through it together. We also have a special perk for our subs to discuss other books in a series called Chapter 2.
Don't forget to swing by YouTube and drop us a follow at Official Millennials. You can also find us on Twitter at MillsOfficial. We appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.
This is an Official Millennials production.